Yuki and John, entry of a bird.
What we talk about this one? What's the subject?
All right.
What's this?
I'll explain it to you because you might already know what it is. But
Yeah.
let's get a little naughty here because we did strip clubs. And I felt like let's continue the naughty thread.
Okay.
And, we've done some other naughty stuff in the past. We did soaking, we did jump humping,
Right.
we read out
Right.
some erotica. What one day I want to do erotic fan fiction with you, but today we're gonna do BDSM.
What's BDSM?
B
Some
BDSM, big dick, small mouth. No, BDSM. It's a here we go. I'm reading this from Wikipedia.
yeah.
BDSM is a variety of often erotic practices or role playing involving bondage, discipline, dominance, submission, sadomasochism, and other interpersonal dynamics.
Oh, those are okay. All right.
Yeah, bitty. So BD stands for bondage and discipline, and SM stands for sadism and masochism.
Masochism. Oh,
Okay.
those the kinky tied up torturing stuff. Then
That's right. So let's break down a little bit about BDSM. And so first off, have you ever experienced any BDSM?
no.
No,
Have
you never.
you?
Well, yeah, a little light BDSM,
Oh, right. Okay.
yeah,
All
like
right.
like I never had anybody step on my balls with high heels or anything, but
Right.
you get a little candle wax and see what happens, or a little
Wax?
handcuffs. What? I didn't say candle. What did it? No, yeah, you drop a little candle wax on my nipples, and it's
Whipping you?
not a whip per se, but you like smack around a little bit with the hiney and the hand, and maybe a little little paddle. Or...
Okay. Now, can I? Since I never had the experience like that, so those normal girl, just regular girlfriend, or professional woman?
No, not
who-
I never. I wish I kind of wish I did back in the day, but I never ever went to a prostitute, and I regret because now I hope Liz Shack isn't listening, but or maybe she's happy about this. I wouldn't do it now because I love her so much, and I wouldn't want to betray her.
Right.
But back when I was younger, I kind of regret not going and like going to Vegas or something and going to a legal brothel and just having a fucking orgy for like 3 days and just spending like 10 grand and going nuts. I wish I had done that. So no, this was with some people who were nice enough to
Who did that? Then?
I'm not going to tell you any names, but a few nice people who were allowed me to have some fun with them. And you do a little tie them up with like a bow tie, or like a fucking like a tie, like you wear a tie to a suit and tie them up a little bit, you blindfold them.
So those girls are just sex friend, not the real girlfriend. I mean,
I would say sometimes yes, sometimes yes. Either there's both. It's happened both times. And like you put a little fucking blindfold on, or you get a little handcuffs, or that sort of thing. You maybe a little ice cube on the nipple. There's like a lot of ways that you could have some fun. You never had a little fun, like, have you ever had fun with food?
whipped cream.
See, there you go. So that's a little like extra sensory thing that doesn't have anything to do with sex that you add to the spice. Now, I'm not saying I do it all. I did it like maybe a handful of times, but it was funny. It's like, oh, what's it like if you blindfolded, or what's it like if you do this or that, the other thing.
The fun thing called the seaweed, the sake.
Say it again, because you broke up and it sounded weirder
Oh,
than it actually sounds.
Oh, seaweed sake.
What's that? Seaweed sake?
Yeah,
Like the drink sake.
drink. Yeah, sake. Yeah,
Seaweed sake. What did you do with seaweed sake?
the girls are lying down, right? and that triangle thing you pour in the sake, and then you drink sake from that. So seaweed sake.
Let me get this straight. Are you talking about pubic hair, Yuki?
Yeah,
So you put the sake in the pubic hair and then they call it seaweed sake?
yeah.
That's
Because
amazing.
when you close the leg, make a little pond in that corner.
So don't be judging me. That's fucking weird too, Yuki. That's not weird, but it's not normal. It's not what everybody does. It's a seaweed sake. I don't think anybody's ever heard of seaweed sake.
Well, instead of real seaweed, there's the
Yeah. I mean, I've eaten seaweed salads but now I'm never gonna think of them the same way again. I'm gonna be sitting at a next time I eat sushi, I'm gonna be like, Yuki had some seaweed fucking sake. This is crazy. Seaweed sake. You never stop surprising me, Yuki. You never ever stop surprising me. Okay, so BDSM. Yeah, I'm not saying that I was ever really deep into it, but there's people out there who get really deep into it to the point where I
right.
think some of it isn't even about sexual gratification anymore. It's about the sexual gratification comes from either the humiliation or the pain or all that sort of stuff. And I mean, I've
Well,
never
some people like that goes for right, like drinking the pee, or
sure that
eating the shit, stuff like that.
eating the shit. Oh God. See that I think is too grotesque for me. I can't even smell farts, let alone put them in my mouth. I'm not like that's just too far.
Have you seen? Have you heard the video called Two Girls and One Cup"?
Yuki, who do you think I am? Of course I've seen it. I've watched it multiple
You
times.
okay?
I think that video it's while disgusting and it deserves its legendary status.
I think that they fabricated. I
It's
don't
fake.
think it's
It's
real.
chocolate mousse that in between takes they would shoot
Yeah,
the chocolate mousse and then they would go, like
right,
it's not real shit. It's like chocolate pudding or something or
right.
mousse. I think
Okay,
it's a mousse.
moose. Okay.
Yeah, but
Of course
that's
you see it. That's
I've seen much worse too. So don't even get me started. But
okay.
that
All right.
video was a phenomenon when it came out. Remember when it came out and everybody was talking about it? That was like one of the first craziest viral videos ever.
Right. That's
I mean,
I know.
did you watch it? Did you sit down with your friends and go, "We got to watch this shit"?
No, I couldn't watch it, even though I think. Then I saw the other one, like reacting, watching the Two Girls One Cup video.
Yeah, that's
That's
funny.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah.
are funny. People goes crazy. So
Hey, whatever. Look, I don't feel ashamed that I watched it because I watched it with some funny friends of mine, and like when you do it with a group, it's like really funny. You put that on, you laugh a little bit, and it's a,
right,
it's a
right.
comedy show. But if you're sitting there in a dark room alone, going, I love that. I don't know,
Yeah,
maybe
that's a sick. Yeah, that's a sick.
I don't know about sick, but it's not. You should watch it with
Not healthy.
like when you watch Airplane alone, it's not as good as if you watch it with a crowd. Because you got the whole crowd laughing and joining in. That's what Two
Right.
Girls One Cup is better with an audience in a crowd. Okay, BDSM. So here's something interesting.
Uh-huh.
When we were developing and planning hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm for Trauma, which is the movie that I met you on, you
Right.
worked on that. So when I was
You
scouting
hired me,
locations,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I met you. So when I was
Uh-huh.
scouting locations in New York and like we were looking all over the place, New York, New Jersey, anywhere in the
Right.
tri-state area, I got in touch with one of the most famous BDSM clubs in New York and even in the world. It's called Pandora's Box.
Oh my
Pandora's
God.
Bo- yeah, and it's like a fucking super exclusive, super famous BDSM club.
Right. I never been there, but I heard the name.
Yeah, so I got in and I got a private tour because one of the people that worked there, I forgot their name, and maybe they don't want to be named because they actually said this was like not normal that I got in. But I said I work for Troma Entertainment. We're looking for locations, blah 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 blah. So they got back to
Which
me
scene? I don't remember. How come I didn't go to the location scout?
because I was alone. I it was when we were first starting the movie before anyone was hired. It was just me, and I was searching for the main location. You know, before we had the club that we shot most of
Oh,
the movie in, I was looking for BDSM clubs to see if we could rent them out for like a week during the day when nobody was there or something like
I,
that. And this
right.
person who one
Yeah.
of the people who ran Pandora's Box was a fan of Troma and said, "Great, I'd love to, show you around at one afternoon." So I went there at like
Right.
noon on a Monday or a Tuesday. It was just me and the manager, and they were showing me into these
Oh,
insanely decorative, like one of the rooms was like a Chinese emperor's room with like thrones and torture devices.
wow.
Yeah. So I have footage on a Vixia that I'll bust it out and I'll edit it so that everybody can see the throne room. They had a school room where I guess the dominatrix could be the teacher and smack you up and down all around the room and shit. They had a dungeon, a torture device dungeon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, where so what this room was crazy because they had one of those things. You know the torture device where you stretch somebody's legs and arms and
Oh yeah.
they had one of those.
Oh my.
They had all sorts of fucking like hooks and crazy shit on the wall. They had all sorts of whips on the wall, chains, wooden paddles. There was this
Oh
one
my
thing.
God.
It was a like a stand that was I don't know how to describe it. It was like just a stand open with no walls or anything. It was just like a metal stand and a toilet on top. So
Uh-huh.
the way that it would work is that somebody would slide underneath and somebody else would sit on the toilet and then poo kaki or pee pee on their face
Goes to hit their face directly.
directly. So it was like an open
Oh,
toilet and it would just drop down.
oh,
And
that's
yeah, all kinds of fucking all kinds of room. Then there was just a bar room where you could go and like I guess you take a little break and have a little refreshment in between
so
you.
people who really pay to go there
Yes,
to
and yeah,
experience those.
the guy said not only while I was there, he said Billions. You know the show Billions with Paul Giamatti? It
Yes.
was on Showtime. So the characters, Paul Giamatti's character in that show is heavily into BDSM, and they shot scenes from Billions like the day before, the weekend before that I was there, and I was like, oh shit, Paul
Oh
Giamatti
my
sat on this
God.
toilet. He got shit on. This is amazing. So he said that a lot of people shoot in there for like big productions, but he was curious about Troma because he was a fan when he was younger. And, I
Mm.
was explaining the budget, and he's like, well, we'd be kind of like really far out of Troma's budget range, but we would strike up a deal where we would figure out how to allow you to shoot here for a day for like 20 grand. And
Wow.
we just couldn't even come close to affording 20 grand for one day.
Right.
But it was just nice enough that he took an hour out of his day just because he was a fan of Troma to show me around this exclusive club that he said people fly in from all over the world just to come here and that they have the best dominatrixes and they just have the fucking best BDSM in the world. And I
Oh
kind of
my
feel
God.
I feel honored that I saw it and got a private
That's a
tour.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pull up the footage and I'll see
Maybe
if I can
next
put like a little
time I go location scout. Doesn't matter. Actually, we
this
should tell now.
well, this was actually before I met you,
Oh,
like
okay.
maybe in
I see.
January of 2018 and I met you
Oh, okay.
February 2018.
Right.
And it was amazing. I was really kind of blown away because it didn't smell. That was the thing that got me the most is that even though the night before people were in there doing all their things or whatever, it smelled really good, and so they must have had somebody come in and clean up
Maybe that's why it's expensive. They take care of the place.
They take care of it. They like as soon as there's the pupukaki, somebody comes in and cleans it up. Or so as soon as there's the pee-pee, somebody comes in and cleans it up. It really did not smell at all. Like it smelled not. It's kind of smelled sweet, like a chemical lemons or something. Yeah.
Have you been to New Orleans after Mardi Gras? The whole city smells like a piss.
Now that's torture. Yeah, I'm sure because you can't get into any bathrooms during Mardi Gras. You just got to piss on the street.
Yeah, but the sounds lots cleaner than the New Orleans, that place.
Honestly, I was blown away, and it was like it was really interesting because I guess part of the thing about the BDSM thing, it's all about the degradation and stuff, but not I guess not when you walk in, because a lot of rich men go there and they want to like walk in classy, get the treatment in the middle, and then walk out classy. So it's just in the middle that you want the filth and then that sort of thing. But yeah, it was a classy joint, man, and maybe we'll go one night. If we ever make enough money, let's go get tortured at the Pandora's box.
Let's go get the torture ourselves in.
Yeah. What would of all the BDSM things, like ropes, whips, chains, what would you actually do if somebody said, I want to do XYZ? What would you do? What would be something that let's role play? I'm a dominatrix and you come to me and you say, Mistress Brennan, I want you to what?
I tell you what I don't like them. I don't think I like candle light. No whipping.
Okay. Wait. First, let's set the ground rules. What's your safe word, Yuki? What would the safe word be? Safe word is when I go too far and I'm hurting you too much, and then you say your safe word, and that makes me go, okay, it's too much. It's too intense. So you could be like, seaweed sushi. What was it? Seaweed sake?
Seaweed sake, yeah.
Is that your safe word?
Yeah. Safe seaweed sake.
So if I'm hurting you too much, I'm torturing you and I'm smacking.
No, it doesn't hurt. See, that's the thing.
What?
Because seaweed sake.
Oh no!
Seaweed sake.
No. What I'm saying is, so say that. Let's just pretend, right? And I'm whipping you in the back, in your butt cheeks with a nice, a leather strap. And if I'm going too far and I'm hurting you too much, you have a safe word that you could say that lets me know I'm going too hard, so I could stop. So you could go seaweed sake, and I go, okay, let's take a break. See what I mean?
No, yes, but the no hurting, as long as it doesn't hurt. So anything hurt, I wouldn't like.
Okay, so you don't want to be hurt. What about tickle? You want me to tickle you?
No, I hate tickling it. No tickle. I'm ticklish, so no, okay, I go crazy.
So no pain, no tickling. What about can I tie you up?
No tying up. That's why maybe handcuffs okay.
Handcuffs. All right, so I'll handcuff you to the Chinese throne.
Yeah,
and then I'll maybe. And then what else can I do? Can I feed you?
Well, that's why the seaweed sake is good. It's drinking. It doesn't hurt anything. Right?
But you need a little.
So,
okay, how about this? I'll handcuff you to the Chinese throne, and then I'll leave. I'll leave you there for a long time, and you to the point where you don't even know if I'm coming back. And I'm going to psychologically torture you. It's not pain. You're just afraid that I'm not going to let you out. And then it would take so long that you would have to yell, seaweed sake. And then I would have to come back in and say, all right, I'm sorry. I'll let you out now. What do you think about that?
That's good.
Yeah, that's deprivation, Yuki. I'm making sure that you think that you are going to be abandoned for a long time and handcuffed to the throne.
Oh.
No food, no water.
Right.
You're not allowed to drink.
God.
When you're with Mistress Brennan, you're not allowed to have liquids.
Kind of still hurt. Then seaweed sake tastes good then when that.
That's right, because then at the end, the reward of you being a good
Right.
little Yuki Nakamura is that you get to drink the seaweed sake.
Yeah, that sounds great then.
Kind of sounds like a good time. You know what my safe word would be?
Yeah.
It would be 2 words. Spaghetti carbonara. Spaghetti carbonara.
Why? What's spaghetti?
So when I was
Why?
when I was a little kid,
Mhm.
you remember the guy? Remember the kid that got kidnapped? Walsh.
Walsh.
Little kid Walsh. The Walsh's kid. What was that kid? It was like a famous kidnapping case. Walsh.
You talking about the real incident, real
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. Remember that? Adam Walsh.
No,
I think.
I don't think I remember that.
Yeah, the Walsh
Kidnapping.
kidnapping. So this little kid got kidnapped when I was a little kid,
Okay.
and it sent shockwaves through the world. Like people were really afraid that their child was gonna be kidnapped. So
Okay.
they had a password thing where it was like the parents and the kids would talk about, okay, you have a password. So if I send, if a stranger approaches you and says,
Mhm.
your mother told me that I have to take you home from school today. And you say, well, what's the password? And if they don't know the password,
Oh.
you fucking run. My
I
password that
see.
I chose was spaghetti carbonara because I love spaghetti carbonara as a little boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
see.
my safe word in BDSM, if it say Mistress Yuki Nakamura was
How
you would dripping some
spaghetti?
candle wax on my nipples, and it was too much, I would say spaghetti carbonara. Ah,
Uh, well,
what else? What else could you do? You could do a lot of stuff. I never understood like pain for pleasure, but I understand like deprivation, like delaying gratification. So if you're like, oh, I want to rub you so hard right now, I want to touch you, and the person's like, no, you can't touch me, well, let's, and it's like delaying the gratification.
oh,
That I understand, because then once you finally get the gratification, it's like
right.
explosion. But pain, I'm such a pussy, I can't even stub my toe without cursing God. Like it's BDSM with that's not gonna work for me. With the
I
whip.
know. Can you imagine like somebody kicking high heel in your ball?
No. I've seen actual porn, because remember Nadia White, who worked on hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm, she was a porn star, still is, I believe, and she made a porn once where this guy, all he wanted from her and her friend was he wanted to stand there, open his legs, and they just kick him in the fucking balls as hard as they could, and he liked it. He loved
Oh
it.
my,
He loved it. He
that's
was like,
crazy.
even though he was rolling on the floor, he would get up and be like, do it again. Can you believe it? Like, oh,
How people like? Oh God, that's sick.
they have iron balls, Yuki. They're just fucking born with balls of steel. Like how the fuck can but I'm not
Yeah.
kink shaming anybody. Like I wish I could get off on shit like, I don't know, tell somebody to punch me in the fucking mouth and I'd just like get a boner. That'd be awesome.
I don't know those. I mean, the pain and the pleasure are saved for these people, I guess.
Yeah. What about other stuff like cake farts? You ever hear of cake farts, Yuki?
No, what's a cake for?
Cake farts was this I guess it might have been one woman, or it may have been a whole genre, where they would sit on a cake, like a birthday cake, say a chocolate birthday cake, and then they would fart on the birthday cake, and that
Oh,
was the whole video. They would just fart on the birthday cake, or any cake, like a ice cream cake. They would fart on Budgie the Whale, Cookie Puss from Carvel. They would just fart on it, and that like people got off to it.
I don't get it. Like, how can you good time? I mean, how do you fart in the cake? Like,
she figured out a way to fucking fart on this case.
can she fart on command? That's nice.
That's, you know what? That's sort of torture too. If you could always fart whenever you like, because I don't know, gas to me, when I fart, it's like a special occurrence. It's like a special occasion. And I'm always surprised and excited when I fart. But if you could always fart, that's kind of takes the surprise out of it. I like to be surprised by my farts, Yuki.
Yeah, because for me, I don't know when the fart comes out. I can't control that.
My brother says that I have like a fart fetish because I like to fart and then not tell anybody. And then when everybody goes, "Who was that?" I go, "It wasn't me," but it was me. It's usually me.
Some people like the smell, right? That's
I don't like the smell of other people's farts. I don't mind my own. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting there going, "Oh, bring it up, bring it up." No, I just like I fart and it's like, all right, it's here, and it's gonna go away in about 30 seconds, and that's fine with me.
Oh, have you tried to light?
So, yes, I don't know if we discussed this, but when I was a little kid, me and my
Yeah.
brother were sleeping over my cousin's house, and there was like a lot of kids there before the sleepover happened. So it was like I had a shitload of cousins and still have a shitload of cousins. So we were all there, and all the kids were in my Aunt Lee's basement, and there was a couple of older kids there, and they had a lighter, and they told like me, my brother, my other younger cousins, like, "Have you ever seen a fart get lit on fire?" I think we were watching Porky's 2 or something, and they showed it.
Okay.
And so we're like, "No, you can light that actually is true. You can light a fart on fire." So my brother was so young, he was in like those feety pajamas, when the whole it's like they have the feet. So everybody's like waiting around, like, "Anybody got a fart? Anybody got a fart?" And no, everybody's like, "No, no, 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 no." And then finally my brother's like, "Fart." And he gets on the ground and like pulls his knees to his ears and like lets his butt go in the air. And they put the lighter up to his butt, and he wasn't farting. And it took so long that finally the fucking flame lit his pajamas on fire, and we had to smack his fucking pajamas out. Thank God we didn't burn his asshole and his balls down, because he was fine, but it had a little burnt hole in his fucking feety pajamas, and my mother found out and flipped out. She flipped out on all the kids. It was like, "How dare you?" Yeah, it was so. And to this day, we still talk about the fart incident.
But you burned the pajama, but never seen the.
We didn't see the flame because he didn't get the fart out before his pajamas were on fire. So I've never seen a fart flame in person, but I would love to.
I seen it. My friend of mine did it.
You're kidding.
And then, yeah, but funny thing is that he was wearing shorts.
Yeah.
But shorts got burned because the flame. It's like a real fire. Yeah.
The burst was so big that the fire oh my God.
I thought that was funny because fart kind of lasted for a while. I mean, not 1 minute that long, but only a few seconds, but still, long enough to burn the shorts.
Oh my goodness. And did he hurt himself?
So, until I saw that, I didn't know fart actually, just like a regular gas. It does.
Wow. Wow, Yuki. That's some crazy shit. Well, I'm glad that your friend's okay. I'm glad that my brother's okay. And I don't know I don't know if I would ever like do that again. If somebody's like, "Let's light farts on fire," I think I'm too old for that shit.
I don't want to do that. No.
I'd rather just
too old.
drink
Maybe
a cup of
we like
tea.
To watch. But no, we don't want to do.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's plenty of internet videos where we could go and find fire.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Any other thoughts about BDSM? I mean, because there's so many things you could do. They're saying here, BDSM communities generally welcome anyone with non-normative streaks who identify with the community. This may include cross-dressing, body modification, animal role players, rubber fetishists, and others. Animal role play. Oh, have you ever seen the people who have the baby fetish, where they want to
No.
dress up like babies and live like babies?
Well, the diaper babies say. I mean, we worked with them.
Well, but I don't know if that was a fetish. That was for the movie, Yuki. They were playing acting roles. They weren't.
Unless they want to do it. I don't think anybody would do that. Like if I'm actor, if I'm asked, like, oh, well, I don't do that role. I mean, I don't. I pass. I turn down that role.
Right,
if I have to. So there was a role, but they didn't mind being diaper babies. They loved wearing those diapers. So I think that's a kind of fetish,
Okay, it's fair enough. I mean, like a humiliation fetish where you just
yeah.
But there are people out there who actually want to dress and live like babies and go like gaga, and like people give them pacifiers and shit like that.
Oh, I don't know, that's sick.
We don't want to kink shame anybody, but I mean, I don't know if I would do it. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do that. But
right?
Would I want to pretend to be like a fucking what about fur? What do you think about furries, Yuki? You know what furries are?
No.
Okay. You look scared. Okay, furries are when you get in like a big animal costume or a dragon costume or something like that, and you run around in a convention or something, and you're like a big raccoon, and you meet like a big fucking rabbit, and then you could fuck if you want to, but you leave the costumes on.
I can tell you that I was asked to be a bear once and I didn't do it.
A furry bear?
Yeah.
Where? When? How? Why? Well, explain this to me.
That was I think Japanese TV wanted me to play that.
Play a bear in the costume?
Yeah.
For sex or for just a role?
For the role. But I didn't do it.
Oh, Yuki. You should have done it. You would have been a great bear. I think you and I are bears, Yuki. Do you know that? You know, in the gay community, they have the bears and the otters. And the bears are like me and you. They're like, we're hairy, we're this and that. But then the otters are like the ones without the hair.
Yeah, but no, there's things I don't do it. So
and playing a bear, I would love to play a bear in a movie. Like if you gave me a bear costume and I was actually supposed to be a bear, that would be fucking awesome. And I was killing people and swiping them and shit. That'd be great.
Oh no, I don't know. Just not crazy about doing that. No, I don't know why. But
what about rubber, Yuki? You ever see this thing where they put a rubber suit on you, right? All rubber, head to toe, and then they take a vacuum and then they suck all the air out so that the rubber is like fucking skin tight on you, and it's like your second skin.
Oh, no, I never tried that. No.
What about you want to try it? Let's do it. We could get like rubber suits. We'll suck ourselves so airtight, and then we'll just roll around in baby oil.
Oh my God. No, I don't think the closest thing I did was I wore hazmat suits. That was it.
For sex?
No, not sex.
For a role. I see. We're talking about BDSM here, Yuki, not acting.
Well, but so basically, no, I wouldn't do anything like that for sex.
So vanilla, you like vanilla sex? Just seaweed salad. Yeah. That's the farthest you go. Seaweed sake.
It doesn't hurt. Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't require anything. It's just eat and drink.
On that note, that was BDSM. Thank you everybody for joining us at the podcast buffet. By the time everybody hears this, you'll be back in US.
New York,
Yeah.
yes.
So we'll do this again in person, and we'll have some fun.
Yuki and John, entry of the birth.